Hi, my name's Mary, and I would like to talk to you guys about cervical cancer. And I want to make a difference in people's women. I am very sensitive, and I went to my OBGYN. I asked, have you ever had a patient that you did to tell her she had cancer? She said yes, and I said to her, well, what happened to the patient? She said, oh, she died from it. And I started to cry over someone I didn't know. I actually know what cervical cancer feels like. I'm not going to tell you if I had it or I didn't. But I'm going to let you know that I had HPV from a sexual transmitted disease. And I'm going to tell you the story, how it all started. I met a man when I was working at Ross Dress for Less. And my cat keeps on trying to get in. Get in. And I came up to him and we exchanged number. He barely spoke any English. He was Spanish. And he kept on calling and calling me. And I was around my 30s, late 30s. And I was always dressed up in beautiful. My hair was not this color. I had dyed it because I thought that being an albino was really being ugly and that I standed out from the whole world. And my figure was what caught men. It was extremely Ferging and, So we got together out and we went out to eat and the waitress liked him and I think he dropped or she pretended to drop a pen and they got it. Okay, so I was very thin and beautiful, like my figure, my skin, we were out in the woods somewhere and he's like, please give it to me. And I was starting to hear voices telling me, you're not beautiful. You're really an ugly little albino. Look at you. You think you're pretty or not. You're worth nothing. You're a whore. You deserve to be a slut. And of course, that's the enemy. You are not worth anything. So I told him when I heard that voice, I told him, use me. He's like, oh, I will use you. I'm going to use you. When I went to have sex with him, I said, we didn't use a condom. I'm like, just this one time. I'm not going to get AIDS. I'm not going to get any disease. He's all right. I had sex with him. The next day when I went to the bathroom, I kind of felt like I caught something. My manager, she's like, did you know about the human papillonin? It's a transmitted disease. A few days later, I caught it. I went to my OBGYN. They said, you've got HPV. And I didn't know what HPV was. I didn't know that even cervical cancer, it even existed because I was always working. I don't know. I'm one of those people that didn't know anything. And I didn't know that HPV can turn into cervical cancer. And I'm a good candidate for that. And so I didn't think anything of it. And I knew that I had it. And after that, a few months later, the doctor called and said it's gone. It's gone. But please, women, these are for women. I don't know how y'all get into bed. Like if you're dating somebody or you have a boyfriend, you don't know if he's cheating on you. You don't know anything if your husband is. But cervical cancer, I'm losing my hair. Why? I don't have anything. I combed my hair today and a whole thing came out. What in the world? Why? Anyway, this is scary. Cervical cancer, I watched videos of it and how people, I'm not scared of having the cancer. I'm scared of the spirit of the cancer. I've healed people that had cancer. I put my hands on their back and I prayed and I said, in the name of Jesus, the spirit of the cancer, please leave now. And it did. And I could feel it and smell it. And that cancer was coming out from her body to come into mine. Because some people are gifted. Some people can heal, So I don't think that you would have think me that I was crazy. So anyway, it's painful. And the symptoms were, every time I peed, the more it would get more and more and more and more and more and more intense. My left side would hurt, and I actually, I didn't get my period. And if I did, it wasn't normal. It was so painful. And what I did is I prayed about it, and I took clonidine. Clonidine is made for people who have high blood pressure, but I read online clonidine is for people who have cancer, and it really would take the pain away. I didn't have, but I was, I mean, I'm so, like, what I could tell that I was gonna have it. I never had it, but it was the stages. And I know I could read, I could sense, I could feel. I was born this way. And I actually could smell cancer and where it's located. And it stinks. I would rather die than smell it. And it's all because of one night without using a condom. Someone is diagnosed with AIDS and cervical and HPV. So please be careful who you're having sex with. Because one night, instead of you being diagnosed with, you're going to have a beautiful baby, you're diagnosed with cancer instead. How about that? Because someone had the disease. You women, I cry for you guys. I cry for those who I don't know, because I can feel your pain. I can feel your spirit. I can feel it. It's a sentence. It's like you're sentenced to death, and you didn't even do anything but live your lives. And before you die, I'll tell you what cervical cancer feels like when you're in pain. It feels like you're in labor, and that's how it feels like. It starts from the back, then to the right side or to the left side, then the middle. And some women die from it. Chemotherapy and this was designed to kill you too. You'll be lucky if you survive. I don't know why the Lord allows some people to live and be cancer free and people die. Some people are chosen to die from it. And please take my advice. Use a condom. Test your partner before you do anything. You can save your lives, and talk to your friends and everyone that is a female. you can save a life, even yours.